How's everybody doing? Hopefully, everybody's doing well. I'm good. Hopefully, everybody else is as well. Having a good night. Uh, hot. Just jumped out the shower. I get out the shower, I'll be hot, sweating a little bit. But Murph, what's up, brother? Amanda, Pauline, Boost Lady, how you doing, Boost Lady? Hopefully, everybody doing good. Um, Wait till some more people get on here and then do some housekeeping stuff. Puppy Love, Craig, what's up? Vic, Mike D, Ivan, what's up, brother? Alicia Marie, how you doing? Andrew James, Eli, Rosemary, what's up? Tamika, how you doing, Tamika? Rachel, Azira, Mikey Potts, what's up, brother? I'm doing well. Antoine Pope, what's up? Marissa, how you doing? Yeah, don't be nervous, Boost Lady. Don't be nervous at all, man. No reason to be nervous. Give me 1 second. Let me send this message out. Pauline, well, welcome. Welcome to the channel, Pauline. Antoine, hope everybody in the chat is doing well. Right? Boost talk to us every day. It's just a little different. That's all. Thank you, Alzira. Yeah, she talks to us every day. Dope, Mike D. Dope. Happy for you, brother. Keep it up. Push it. Rosemary, baby do. She's upstairs. She just got out the shower. We didn't have any storm damage up here, thankfully. It didn't storm up here. I don't know if it just hasn't got here yet, you know. Thank you, Mr. Gallucci. Thank you, brother. It's only right. I would hope somebody would do that for somebody else, right? God forbid if that was my daughter, if that was myself, I would hope somebody would do that. So yeah, it hasn't stormed out here. So hopefully everybody doing well. I'm having a good day. Just got out the shower, like I said. I was doing some work to the trailer to get things. Joseph, congratulations, brother. Congratulations, Joseph. Keep it up, brother. Everybody, please send Joseph prayers, well wishes, and encouragement. That brother got 4 days clean. He's the most important person in this chat right now. Yep. Nah. Yeah, he's the most important. Listen, they say in the rooms, like when you go to meetings, the most important person is the newcomer. They're literally the most important person in the room, and I feel like that here also. Well, thank you, Diana. Thank you, and welcome to the channel. Justin, what's up, brother? How you doing? Yeah, keep that brother, flooded with well wishes and prayers. He's the one tonight. Keep it up. Stay strong. Yep, one day at a time, Kathy. Damn, I just dropped mine. So good. Sharon, how you doing? All right, so a little bit of housekeeping stuff real quick. Bosnia, what's up, brother? Little housekeeping stuff real quick before we get into the interview. The body of the woman that they found in South Philly, they're trying to identify her, and they're doing it through a tattoo. Okay, so she has a tattoo on her shoulder. I'm gonna show y'all a picture real quick. Heather Marie, how you doing? Iona. just so we can all. I dropped my. You see that? I dropped my boneless spare ribs. So good. Charles B from the Dirty Sap. What's up? Jim, how you doing? Shell. Oh yes, Shell. Yes, Shell. Your husband seems like a very good dude. Very good dude. I look forward to getting to know him a little better as well. No, this isn't a new body. This is the body that they found a couple weeks ago. They found her. She was wrapped up in a tote with plastic. So she has a tattoo on her shoulder that they're trying to identify her through. I'll show you guys a picture of it. Hopefully, um, you know, hopefully maybe somebody recognized the tattoo. That would be good and not be good, But Shell, hey Murph, you love her just because of the 420 in her name, huh? Yeah, I got it, brother. All right, so here's the tattoo. It's a little hard to see. Shit soils, what's up? So it says rest in peace. Jassy or Jossie, they're not sure which one. 5/11/08. That's on her left shoulder, I believe. So that's that's the tattoo. Fast boy, what's up, brother? George Washington, thank you. That's the tattoo that the woman has. So yeah, it's a rose and just shut up. So that's the tattoo that the woman has. They found her body in in a tote. I listen, I couldn't imagine not having no AC. I couldn't imagine it. So, you know. Melissa, congratulations. Dope, Melissa. Another one right here. Another one. You're the most important person in here tonight. Congratulations on getting clean. Right? Now you just got to stay clean. You can do it. This body was found about 2 weeks ago. So imagine her family, Yep. I hope everybody power go back on ASAP. Okay. I was gonna say I know I got some water here. All right, so keep it up, Melissa. Keep it up, man. Them kids need you and you need you. Right? The kids is just a bonus. They're just another reason to get clean. But you don't need no other reason besides the person looking back in the mirror, I'm eating boneless spare ribs and pork fried rice with no vegetables in the rice. Let me see if y'all can see. So good. So hungry. Heaven, what's up, Heaven? Hold up, Heaven. I just noticed something. How you doing, Heaven? Heaven. Okay. Veggies. I don't get veggies, man. I gotta get on that. I do skip the veggies. I just don't like the veggies that be in here. Like they're like onions or string beans or something. I don't like them. I can't do them. The texture just isn't good. My fault, brother. For real, Justin. I hope everybody, stays safe and gets to a comfortable point, air conditioning, power, all that stuff. ASAP. I got a lot of tattoos, brother. A whole lot. More than I should. Pleased to be here. Thank you. Thank you. Pleased to be here. Damn, I almost spit my food out. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, yep. Antoinette, you put it perfect, right? Trey, what's up, brother? Put it perfect. Yep. Keep it up, man. Melanie, I don't work a specific program. Like I don't go to meetings on a steady basis, like every week, everything like that. I don't. For me, going out and doing the work in the community and stuff like that, for me, that's like my meetings. You know, that's what keeps me clean. All right, so let's get down to business. So we got Boost Lady, who she's a subscriber. She's been here on the channel. Yeah, right, Jim. These videos are my meetings. These videos are my meetings. Yep. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you, brother. So she's been in the channel for a while. And she said she wanted to do an interview. So I thought that would be awesome. Rosemary, thank you very much, Rosemary. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do an interview with her. She's going to share her story. And then if she wants to take questions, she can take questions at the end. Yeah, basically. So, Boost Lady, I just sent you the link. All you got to do is click on it. You know, yep. Hey, Tamika, he put it clean, right? Yep. Right, Michael? 3 days is hard to get, man. 3 days is not easy at all. 3 days is not easy at all. No, she don't steal. No, that's not it. Adrian, thank you. Thank you very much, Adrian. Thank you. Yeah, the first few days are hard, man. Even to get to that point, you know, even to get to that point where you say, I'm done. That's hard. Oh, thank you very much, Vonda. Thank you. What's up, babe? See this one. Thank you, Rosemary. What's up, mommy? I'm down here, Boost. Yeah, right, George? No bullshit. 3 hours. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. I take my hat off to everybody who gets clean because it's not easy. What's up, dog? You coming down? Yeah. Listen, when people respond to me and tell me that they're getting clean or they've gotten clean, I always salute the shit out of them and tell them, on the rise, what's up, brother? Tell them that it's awesome because you're doing something that others literally died trying to do.
It's pretty sad.
Very sad. Like what?
Imagine my dad tried to tame a wolf and then there's a giant wolf pack and him died. Right? That would be pretty crazy.
That would be crazy. If I try to tame a wolf,
you'd probably die.
And a giant wolf pack came out. Yeah.
No, I would probably fight them. I'd probably fight a wolf. I could fight a wolf, right? I could probably fight Kenny and Raina.
You could.
Like both of them coming after me, right? I punch. Punch.
Like
that, Daddy.
Meg, ain't that the truth, right? Look, where's Meg at? Where's that comment? Ain't that the truth? The relationship I have with my kid, look, him just coming down here and wanting to be around me because he knows, even though I'm on here and I might be busy, he knows I'm still going to give him some attention, right? That's stuff that when
But
we're getting
I
high,
was
we
just
don't do.
happy because I don't get enough attention because of my baby sister.
Oh, well, we love you, Boosie Boosie, okay?
Okay,
We love you, dog. And you're the best.
you're the best too.
Thank you, mommy. I mean, thank you, Poppy. Los Angeles, Team Workaholics. I like that name. Like that name. Um, these boneless spare ribs are nice. Yeah, Mike D, absolutely. All I have to do is give them some attention. And when we're getting high, we don't do that stuff. We like to think we do, but it's not the same. Well, thank you, Melissa. You're also one of my inspirations. Everybody that gets clean and comes on the channel and be like, yo, I got a week clean. I got 3 days clean. I got 3 months. Y'all inspire me to keep pushing. All right. So I'm about to put Boost Lady on. She just tagged in. Um, about to put her on. So let's uh let's talk to Boost Lady. Let's meet Boost Lady.
Oh,
Hello.
wait, hold on.
Hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Wait, hold
Yes,
on. Okay. Wait. I'm figuring. All right, here we go.
got it. I like that painting behind
All
you. What
right.
is it? All the flowers?
Yeah, it's a big it's like a rug type thing.
It's very nice. All right.
Thank
So
you. Thank you. Thank you.
you say hi, Major.
Hi,
So, her name is
Hey,
Boost.
Major.
hi.
Um.
How
All
you
right.
doing,
So,
buddy? Mhm.
you all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a kiss. Love you. Have a good night.
Oh, you're so cute.
Thank you. Um. So where are you from, Boost Lady?
I live in Bronx, New York, and I was
Okay.
born and raised here.
Okay. How old are you? I'm sorry for asking your age, but
Um,
get it
I
real
know,
quick.
right? Damn. I'm 41.
Okay. And
Totally
all right,
debate.
when I'm done, okay? All right. And how was your upbringing? Were you raised in a one-parent home, two-parent home?
My mother, it was one parent because she worked all the time. My father left us when I was 2 years old, and
Hmm.
I was basically like a latchkey kid. I was home all the time by myself. Me and my brothers. I had to take care of the household growing up. As I started cooking at like 9 years old, I would have to take care of the house because my mom was never there.
Okay. Were you the oldest?
No, I'm actually the middle child.
Okay. Are you the oldest daughter though?
I'm the only daughter. I'm like I have a brother that's older than me, and I have a younger brother.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
always feel like when all right, so let me explain just to anybody who doesn't know what a latchkey kid is. A latchkey kid is it's a name like a description for a kid that they sort of come and go and do their own thing. Their parents are at work and they sort of do their own thing, sort of take care of themselves, and feed themselves and stuff like that because their parents are working. And I feel like
Pass away.
especially with females, like even though you're the middle child, but you're the first female, so I feel like it's more common with females to do that type of stuff,
Yeah,
to go to the
definitely.
house and clean and cook. Because guys, I don't think we're mature enough to do that shit when we're young. you know Women are definitely
Yeah,
more
definitely.
mature at a young age, so I think, yeah. So growing up, was there any type of addiction or anything in your household?
No, my mother never even smoked. She never drank. Um, I remember her having boyfriends that would be drunk and drinking and stuff like that,
Hmm.
but not her. She was pretty straight edge. All
Okay.
she really did was work, you know.
Mm. What did she do for a living?
She was a seamstress. She worked downtown Broadway, and it's like a big factory area where there's a lot of people that it's I forget what they call it, but it's a big factory area. And
It's
she'd work like, huh?
like the garment district.
There you go. That
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
And she would work from like 6 in the morning to about 7, 8 at night.
Hmm.
Long hours, yeah.
That was a very popular job. Um, I feel like my grandmother used to do that when she was younger in New York. That
Yeah.
was something that I think a lot of Latinas did. You know what I mean? At that certain era, I think it was.
Yeah, exactly. Because they didn't have education. That's all she knew how to do.
Yep, exactly. Now, your mother,
Yeah.
was she born in the Bronx as well?
She was born in Dominican Republic.
Okay.
But she married my father and she came here really young. So she's been here, over 30 something years. But
Okay.
she
And
goes
your
back and forth.
okay. And your father, was he born here or in the DR?
He was also born in DR.
Okay.
But he also moved here with her very young. So he was a taxi driver in
Okay.
Washington Heights.
Okay. And
Yeah.
now when he left, did you ever see him again? Did he ever come around again?
We would see him on the weekends. So
Okay.
like on the weekends, he would have us from like Friday to Sunday. But it wasn't the same. He wasn't there. It was like my stepmother would take care of us.
Okay.
He
Now
wasn't, he wasn't really around.
was that because he was working as a taxi driver?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Mage, will you turn that down a little, please? Thank you, puppy. Um, and was there any type of addiction or anything in that household, like with your father or anything like that?
He drank a lot. That I can remember. He would come home. His wife had to have his dinner ready and have his shoes ready. He didn't really
Hmm.
do much around the house, but he drank a lot. That was his thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did now how did that affect you being young and seeing your father drink? Did he ever get violent or anything like that when he was drinking?
That was the weird thing. He wasn't violent at all. He was
Okay.
just he wasn't present. That was the problem. He was more like, he wanted to be waited on hand and foot. Um, but he wasn't involved in raising me. You know what I mean? He
Okay.
left all that to his wife.
Okay. Now, did you have a
His
good
wife
relationship
dealt with
with
it.
her?
Huh?
Did you have a good relationship with your stepmother?
Yeah. Now her, I love her. She was very involved with us. Um, she would take us to the park. She would make sure that we were taken care of.
Yeah.
She did everything. She did everything.
Are you still in contact with her?
Yeah, I actually just spoke to her today. I don't
Oh,
speak
cool.
to him anymore, but I
Yeah,
speak to her.
to her. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So your school, did you graduate from high school?
Let's see. I was here until I was in middle school. Then I
Hmm.
was fighting too much because I used to get picked on in school and stuff like that. And my mom decided to move us to Florida.
Okay.
So I moved to Florida right before I went to high school. So when I got there, I did high school over there, and I hated Florida. And I
Okay.
wanted to come back to New York. So I graduated high school at 17.
Hmm.
I came right back to New York, and I moved in with my father again. I got
Okay.
myself a job, and within a couple of months of being back in New York, I was living on my own. So by 17, I had my own apartment,
Hmm.
had a good job.
Okay.
But it wasn't easy. I had a bad boyfriend, an abusive relationship, and I went through hell. I went through hell with him, and just life has been rough for me. Life has been rough.
Yeah.
But I wasn't around. I don't want to say I was around anybody with addiction issues.
Yeah.
Because I think they, like my family, they don't speak about stuff like that.
Yeah.
They
Gotcha.
hide it, and everything's okay to everybody. But I think I got married young. Because I finished high school. Then I got married at like 19.
Okay.
I had my first son at 21. I went to college. I was studying accounting. I was still married. Everything was going good. I was married about 4 years by then. My husband started cheating on me.
Okay.
And I stayed with him still for 3 years for me and my, the boys and stuff like that. And right before I was about to graduate college, our relationship was so bad that we ended up getting divorced. So I wasn't able to finish college because of it.
How old was he?
He was a few years older. So I met him at 18. He was 20.
Okay, so he was same age basically.
Yeah.
Okay. And were things physically violent also, physically abusive?
With him, honestly, it was not anything physical, but it was all mental.
Okay.
I'm Dominican. He's Italian Irish. And at first, when we first met, he made it seem like he was Puerto Rican, and he was a total different person. But I fell in love with him and stuff like that. And I didn't realize that he was Italian until like years later. That wasn't a big deal to me. That's not something I see. But things started showing up, like all of a sudden I wasn't good enough for him. I was too Spanish. I was too ghetto. I spoke too Spanish, like it was just nothing was good enough.
Now, did he come from a family? Did they have money or anything like that? Did he?
They did. They do.
Okay. I was gonna say he's just what you described. It sort of seems like somebody who thinks that they're better than others.
And that's exactly. And I was really surprised because they do have money, but they kind of humble, is what I at first thought.
Yeah.
But as I was we were married 7 years. By the end of the 7 years, I could tell that they were really more racist than anything. As long as I played white, they accepted me. But the more I listened to my music and was myself, they found an issue with that. I wasn't good enough. No matter what I did. I drove a school bus when I was pregnant. Just to make ends meet. I started driving a school bus. I learned how to drive while I was huge. My stomach was like huge. But I did it because we needed the money,
Yeah, and I was gonna say I can't even imagine like driving a school bus in New York. Like, that's not, and then let alone like having a big belly, pregnant belly, and trying to reach over.
And I'm only 5'2". I'm really short too, so it wasn't easy at all. But I did it. You do things for your family because since I didn't finish college, I said, well, I've got to do something.
Yeah.
So I would drive the bus while my kids were getting a little older. I was also a bank teller for a few years. I did a lot of different jobs, So he became really abusive emotionally.
Okay.
He started cheating on me. He became a firefighter right here in New York. And I was backing him up. I was supporting him while he was going through all the stuff that they have to go through, all the training. He would be gone for 4 days, come back and be home for 2, be gone for another 4 days.
Yeah.
And I would hold everything down, take care of the kids, the house, go to school,
Mm-hmm.
work, and all. And it became too much. And by the end of the 7 years, that's when I started trying cocaine. I that was
Drug.
my first addiction issue. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what do you think that led you to cocaine? As far as where did you have friends that were using? Um,
Um, I can honestly say I used to smoke weed when I was younger, right? That was my first drug that I've ever tried. I used to smoke weed when I was right after high school.
yeah.
But then once I got married, I stopped smoking because I
Okay.
wanted to do it right. But once I was in school and working and having to take care of the house all by myself, you're talking about a girl. I was a city chick
Yeah.
living in the suburbs, taking care of a home. I had to mow the lawn. I had to do a lot of things. So I
Yeah.
didn't have the energy. I
Yeah.
found myself really tired. I was staying up all night to do my schoolwork. And
Okay.
during the day, I would drive the school bus, come home, take care of the kids, make dinner, make sure my husband had his food, and then go to school, come home and do my homework. And I was burnt out. I'd get like 3 or 4 hours. So I
Yeah.
needed energy.
Okay.
And in that college, I noticed that a lot of people there were doing coke for that reason, to stay up.
Yeah.
So somebody introduced it to me as that. They said, you know what? Just use a little bit and it will help you a lot.
Yeah.
And at first, it did help a little bit. It, but I have an addictive personality, so a
Yeah.
little bit became a little bit more, became a little bit more.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, it was I would, go to school, and now I'm trying to do something before I went to school.
Uh-huh.
Um, I wasn't just doing it at night to do homework. I was
Yeah.
doing it now in the morning to get up and function all day.
Yeah.
I would do it once my kids went to bed. Like, it just became like a big issue. It just snowballed really
Yeah.
quick. And I didn't realize that that drug, it's not like weed. With cocaine, it actually changes the chemicals in your brain.
Yeah.
So it was doing something to me, and I wasn't realizing how deep I was already into it until it was too late.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up putting myself in rehab
Okay.
because I realized that I was using all my money, and I stopped going to school because it became overwhelming.
Mm.
And all this is happening while I'm getting divorced.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So I wanted to, yeah, I wanted to make sure that my kids were okay. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to rehab and go from there. You know, when I went to rehab, I did great. I was there 2, 3 weeks tops, I think.
Okay.
When I came back home, my husband at the time, he had packed up all my stuff and kicked me out of my own home
Yeah.
and used all that against me and kicked me out. And I had nowhere to go. I had to leave my own house and leave my kids behind.
Yeah.
And it
So
was it was really hard.
I bet. Pauline, thank you, Pauline. So now, how did it feel? Did your family know about your addiction before you went to rehab?
They didn't, because my family always sees me as this strong individual,
Yeah.
superwoman, working, taking care of the kids. They don't know how I did it, but they knew I was doing it,
Yeah.
taking care of everything. So they didn't even think I would have an issue.
Okay.
But I always tried to reach out to them, like, I need help. I can't do this by myself.
Yeah.
But they never helped me. They, oh, you got this. You're strong. You could do this.
Yeah.
and nobody would help me.
So how did that make you feel, both then and now, that it takes a lot for some people to ask for help, and that when you do ask for help, you were just told, oh, you got this? How does that make you feel now and then?
Honestly, first of all, it was really hard to ask for help
Yeah,
because
but
I'm a very independent person, and it's hard to ask for help.
mm-hmm.
But then when you ask for help and they kind of shoot you down or tell you it's not that big of a deal, you got this, just get over it. It makes you feel like you're making a big deal out of nothing.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
yeah, I felt like I was complaining about something to them that was nothing, but to me it was my life.
Yeah,
Like I literally was screaming for help, but they were muffling me, like,
yeah,
get over it, you'll be fine.
yeah. And I think when we get
And
to
that
that
put me
point,
more.
yeah, I think when we get to that point that we do ask for help, we're already like fucking 10 miles past the point that we should have asked for help or that we need it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That it gets we get
Exactly.
so desperate and we're like, look, I need some help. And we usually, if we do that, if we're smart enough and strong enough to do that, we do that shit when, we should have asked for that shit months ago.
And that's what they didn't realize. To them, it was something that just came out of the blue.
Yeah.
But it was something I was already struggling with. And I
Yeah.
was already asking for help before it got to that point. But nobody was hearing me.
Yeah.
And so once I got to rehab, it was like, holy shit, what the hell happened? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it was hard. It was really hard. And I ended up losing my kids for a while.
Okay. Now, is
And
that when you had to find somewhere to live and he took them?
yeah. He
Okay.
because luckily for him, he's got like the type of family that no matter how bad he does, they're always there for him and they'll clean up after his mess.
Yeah, gotcha.
So he was the one cheating on me. He was the one cheating on me this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that wasn't coming home. He was the one that wasn't helping me. But yet I was the one that looked bad because I did this drug.
Yeah.
But little did they know he was taking my anxiety pills.
Yeah.
He was abusing those.
Okay.
He was doing a lot of things, but so I ended up losing the kids over it. They used it against me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, did you end up getting custody back of your kids?
We always had, thank God, at the time I never lost full custody.
Okay.
It was always joint custody.
Okay, good.
The only difference was that it was supervised.
Yeah.
And as a mother, that's like the worst thing.
Yep, I've been there.
Because as much as you can hurt yourself, you would never hurt your kids.
Yeah.
And to feel like that they would think that I would do anything to my kids, it really killed me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was hard to deal with that. It was really hard.
I've been there with my daughter's mom, and I hated it. I was like, how the fuck is somebody gonna supervise me with my kids? Like
exactly.
Yeah, that's yeah, that's bad. I know what that feels like. It's not a good feeling. Do you feel okay? Well, I'll ask that later on. So you went and you ended up to get your own apartment, right? Find your own place to stay after rehab, and explain that to me. How did that go?
Well, this all happened in New York, right? Mm-hmm. But at that point, my mom and my family was still in Florida. Okay. So that night when I came home and my car was packed with all my stuff,
yeah,
I ended up having to drive myself from New York, all the way to Florida that night. Oh. So that I can go live with my mom. And it took me 22 hours. And I drove all by myself. I think I stopped once or twice. It was horrible. By the time I got to Florida, my hands were like stuck like this, like
Yeah.
I just from driving.
Yeah.
It was horrible, but I made it. I made it, and I ended up living with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And within a week of being in Florida, I got myself a job, got another car. I did
Yeah.
really good. And then within like a month, I got my own apartment,
Okay.
and the kids would come visit me in Florida.
Okay.
While
No,
I stayed there a couple years,
yeah. When you
but it wasn't the same.
yeah, when you came out of rehab, did you already know that you guys were not going to be together, or did you just come home and your shit was packed and he was like, you got to go?
I knew that we were headed for divorce,
Mm-hmm.
but he never told me that he was gonna kick me out.
Yeah.
The reason he did that was because the entire time he was cheating on me. I was keeping all the receipts of the hotels,
Yeah.
the stuff he was buying the other women. And because we had the house, cars, a business,
Yeah.
he was gonna lose all that. So while I was in rehab, he took all my evidence and got rid of it.
Yeah.
And he knew I didn't have a support system.
Yeah.
And so he knew I wasn't gonna be able to fight, basically.
Yeah. Got you.
And just told me that same night, listen, you can't stay here, get in your car and go to Florida. Right in that same day that I left rehab.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
horrible.
Yeah. I bet that's not that's not something that's easy to do. And especially when people that never been to rehab, they don't know when you come out, that's a scary day. You're emotionally a wreck, you're physically a wreck. Everything you're doing, like you're on a roller coaster, your emotions and your thoughts. Yeah, it's a hard time, and especially for somebody to do that, because a lot of times when we come out of rehabs, we got to pick up pieces to all the bullshit that we destroyed. So
Yes.
a lot of time we'll just be looking for a reason to get high. We'll just be looking. So were you able to stay clean for a while?
That was the funny thing because that night when I found out that my stuff was in my car,
Yeah.
one of my good friends, I called her up. I said, "Oh my God, I don't know what to do." And right away she's like, "Come over here, let's smoke some weed. I'll give you
Yeah.
some coke so you could
Yeah.
feel better."
Yeah.
Right there and then I was like, you know what? That's not gonna work. Fuck
Yeah.
this.
Good.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, I'm out. I'm out because if I stay here, I'm gonna be miserable and I'm gonna go back to doing all types of shit.
Yep.
And then what was rehab for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
And I left. I left.
Good.
And I stayed
So
clean for years, actually. I stayed clean for years.
okay. What were you when you went down to Florida and relocated? What was life like going down there?
It was surreal because I had to adjust to being away from my kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I was never ever away from them for periods of time. So that was hard. And
Yeah.
then to try to stay clean on top of it, I really went through it. And
Yeah.
I for the first few years, it was okay because they would come visit me for weeks at a time,
Mm-hmm.
or I would go to New York and see them.
Yeah.
But after being there for I want to say 3 years, I couldn't find a way to get back to New York. And it
Okay.
started really killing me. So I started going back to drugs.
Okay.
I was in a lot of pain, and it felt like all the hoops that they had for me to jump through, I was jumping through them, but it
Mm-hmm.
still wasn't enough. I was
Yeah.
seeing them less and less, and I became miserable. I
Yeah.
became miserable, and I met a boyfriend that I used to have when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
And he was from the streets, you know. He had been in prison a few times, but that was my dude. Like, I loved him, you know.
Yeah.
And he knew that I was back, and he was upset because he thought he was gonna have kids with me and all that. And so I met up with him, and we had a good relationship to begin with.
Okay.
But he saw how much pain I had from not seeing my kids.
Yeah.
And I didn't know then, but I saw that he was, how do I say this? We used to smoke weed, right? Like, I would smoke,
Yeah.
and that's nothing, you know, but I noticed that he was kind of nodding out, or even like if we smoked weed, he was way more high than I was. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
what the hell's going on, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember one day that we were together, and he went to the bathroom. And I noticed he kept doing this, like, when we would hang out. He would go to the bathroom, and he'd come out, and he was different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this one day, I started telling him, like, what are you doing? What are you doing in the bathroom? What are you doing? And he's like, nah, don't worry about it. You don't got to know about none of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept insisting and insisting. Well, he was actually doing heroin.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never in my life, I had touched coke. That wasn't, I didn't do that much, but it was enough to cause me trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But I never touched anything stronger than weed and stuff like that. And I insisted that day. I said, listen, I want some of that.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept begging me, please, I don't want to do this. I don't want you near that stuff. You're too good for this shit.
Yeah.
And I got so angry because I wanted to feel good like he was.
Mm-hmm.
And that night he actually injected me with heroin. So I didn't even start just sniffing. I literally went from not knowing what the hell that shit was to having him inject me with it.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, but like 5 minutes later, he starts pacing back and forth, and I look at him and he's crying. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? He's like, look at you, you're my baby, and you're freaking nodding out. He's like, I never wanted this for you, like, he felt like shit.
Yeah.
And honestly, I like the way I felt. I didn't know I was high, but I felt good. All of a sudden, nothing mattered. I didn't feel the pain that I was feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why they call them painkillers. They call them painkillers for a reason, and there's a reason
killed my pain.
Yeah, there's a reason why we choose that. We choose to use painkillers because we're in pain, and it takes that shit away.
Wow,
it's
that's
not
so true.
They're called painkillers. It's not by mistake whatsoever.
Yeah. So the next morning when I got up, you don't get sick the first night or nothing. I didn't know what the hell. I didn't know.
Yeah.
But the next morning I was like, I was in pain still. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't want to be in pain.
Yeah.
So I watched him inject himself. And he was adamant about not letting me touch it again. But me, one thing about me, I get my way. You know what I mean? I got really nasty.
Yeah.
I threatened him and said,
yeah,
if you don't give me this shit, I'm gonna go get it from somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he didn't want that,
Yeah.
He didn't want me to get it from him, but he definitely didn't want me to get it from somebody else.
Anybody else, of course.
Exactly.
And so, those of us that get high, we know the type of manipulation that we do to get what we want. We pull out all stops. We get fucking attitudes, that just like you said, giving him an ultimatum. Either you give it to me or I'm gonna get it from somebody else. Of course he's gonna give it to you,
Exactly. Yeah. And he actually showed me how to do it. Mm-hmm. And I started injecting myself. And let me tell you something. I was never a person to judge anybody or look down at anybody because nobody's better than nobody. But I was one of those people that looked at that shit like, yo, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I would never do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up being addicted to that for 3 years.
Yeah.
And it got so bad that I was working for a company.
Okay.
And I was one of those addicts that I function.
Yeah.
I go to work, I do my job, and I do the best, that I can, because I was always excelling.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working, but I was getting high at work.
Yeah.
It got to the point that I had the dealers come to my job
Mm-hmm.
to bring me the
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And I was doing the stuff in the bathroom. And
Mm-hmm.
one particular night, I mean, not night, one particular day, I went to use in the bathroom, and I don't know how long I was in there, because when you're doing that stuff, you
Yeah.
get stuck. You
Yeah.
get stuck or
Yeah.
whatever. But I remember going back to my station. I'm sitting down at my station, and they made an announcement over the loudspeaker, and they said, if you're diabetic and you left your needle in the
Oh,
bathroom, come get it, because you must have dropped it on the floor and you
yeah.
might need it later.
Yeah.
Well, at that time, I worked with my brother. My brother noticed I was getting really bad, and I was honest with him.
Yeah.
Right away, when they made that announcement, he called me on my phone and he
Yeah.
said, yo, is that your shit? And I said, yeah.
Wow.
And I went and I had a good job. Like, my supervisors, they kind of knew,
Mm-hmm.
but because I had already been there for so long, and I was like one of their top employees. I think I was number 2.
Yeah, you're over
And
as people, so they're gonna look the other way.
they did.
Yeah.
And that day they looked the other way. But a few months later, my addiction got so bad that I was passing out at work from not eating, from
Wow.
being dehydrated.
Yeah.
I was weighing like 105, so I was nothing but bones, and
Yeah.
I started looking really bad. And at work, they sat down with me one day after that whole incident happened.
Mm-hmm.
A couple months later, they said, listen, are you having any problems? You can talk to us.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, we can help you. We can get you some help. And I didn't tell them. I said, you know what? I'm good. I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't accept any help. But months later, I ended up quitting that job. And I went back and I spoke to one of my supervisors.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, you know what? I was struggling.
Okay.
And she's like, we knew. We knew,
Yeah.
but we cared about you. And
Yeah.
we would have never gotten rid of you.
Yep.
But we wanted to help you because you were deteriorating in front of our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't want to lose you.
Yeah.
I ended up in the hospital one time. I passed out at work.
Mm-hmm.
I hit my head on the counter. And when I came to, I got up. I told the supervisor, I said, listen, I'm not feeling good. Um, I got to go to the hospital to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And I drove myself to the hospital. On the way there, I was feeling dizzy. And something told me to pull over. And as soon as I pulled over, I passed out. Like in my car, I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember too well, but I know that I came to and I was in my passenger seat
Yeah.
in a parking lot,
Wow.
a few blocks away from the hospital. And I made it to the hospital, and they were telling me that if I had not gone that day, I would have died
Wow.
because I had no potassium. That's what was making me pass out.
Okay.
Um, and I only weighed 102, and I'm only 5'2".
Yeah.
But I had enough drugs in my system for a 300-pound man.
Oh wow.
They said I was lucky to be alive and that I was gonna die.
Yeah.
And having gone through that, I right away decided to get clean. only because I saw death. I mean, literally, I'm skipping a lot of other things, but I had a lot of other
Yeah.
things that happened to me
Okay.
where I was playing with death. I mean, I
Yeah.
got beat up, I got raped because I didn't know where I was one time. I was playing with life,
So now
and
this was also in the course of your addiction.
yeah,
Um. Okay. And
yeah, I was because
and
I
if
was the type that I would get high by myself
yeah.
because my boyfriend ended up in prison.
Okay.
So he's in prison, and now I'm out in the streets with this
Yeah.
habit.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody, because I only got high with him.
Okay.
People at my job didn't do that shit. But I knew all his dealers and all that. So I started hanging around the wrong crowd,
Okay.
and a few times, in that whole time, my mom ended up kicking me out of her place. Like I couldn't visit her or nothing like that.
Yeah.
I lost my apartment. I lost my brand new car.
Okay.
I ended up buying myself like a little junky car. I was living in my car. Um, and I was starting to stay at motels.
Okay.
And at one of the motels that I stayed at, it was across the street from my job because I had lost my car. This was Florida, so it's you need a car to get anywhere.
Okay.
And I didn't want to lose my job. I wanted to keep my job.
Yeah.
So I was hanging around people at the motel.
hmm
And there was one time that I had met a girl that she was working on the streets or whatever. And she said she would get me some heroin.
Okay.
And I invited her over to my room. And she brought three other guys with her. Well, I was naive. I didn't know what she was really doing, but she left me alone with the three guys in the room. And
Yeah.
they drugged me. They told me it was heroin, but it was laced with something else. I don't know what it was. But I went to the bathroom, I shot up,
Yeah.
and I don't know what happened next, but I woke up and I was wet and there was three guys standing over me and I was confused and I felt I was in pain. And I asked the guys, I said, what the hell happened? Where's my friend? And they told me, they said, she left to go do a date. And I said, what happened to me? Why am I wet? Why is my shirt wet?
Yeah.
And I said, who the hell are you guys? Like, what's going on? And
Yeah.
they told me, don't worry about it, mommy. We just had some fun.
What?
And I left that day. But that night, I remember being in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And I realized that I had been by the three guys. And
What?
when I had gotten up and I was talking to them
Yeah.
and I was trying to ask them to see what was going on, I noticed that two of the guys had guns.
Okay.
And they kept begging me not to leave. And you know what, you have like that fight or flight?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
took flight.
Yeah.
Something just, I don't know what it was, but something said, just get out of here. Don't
Yeah.
ask any more questions. Just go. And I left, but I knew that I was raped. And the next day I had bruises on my inner thighs, on my back, and and I also had bite marks on my teeth because I had seizures.
What?
I had a seizure that day. That's why they were throwing water on me. They must have
Okay.
I
Got
think they gave me, with the heroin they put cocaine in it.
Yeah.
And it was so strong that it gave me a seizure.
Wow.
And so I bit my tongue when I was seizing.
Okay.
And even then, while I was knocked out, they went ahead and did their thing with me, and it was just horrible. It was
Yeah.
horrible.
Now your friend, did you ever see her after that?
No, because it's hard to even call her a friend. She was
Yeah,
somebody that
no, I was like struggling.
yeah, she wasn't somebody that I knew as a friend. It was
Okay.
someone that if I needed to get high and I couldn't find none,
Yeah,
she
we
would
all
always be able to find it.
yeah, we all have those, that those of us that got high, we all have those. They're not friends at all. They're just sort of get high buddies.
There
You
you
know,
go.
that's
So
all at all, yeah.
yeah, so after that happened, she actually got arrested. So I never
Okay.
saw her. I never saw her after that.
Okay. Did you ever see the guys again?
No.
No. Okay.
No, because after that happened to me, I decided to get clean
Okay.
because that wasn't cool. I mean, I was playing Russian roulette.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm the type of person that I like to be in control. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to know that I was knocked out and not knowing what's going on with my body,
Yep.
right there, that shit freaked me out enough to get straight.
Yeah, I bet.
Like,
I bet.
because, with all the diseases and all this shit going around,
Hmm.
I didn't want to keep risking that.
Yeah.
Um,
What year was
I was
that?
already injecting myself with God knows what, right? But I was smart enough to know not to share needles.
Yeah.
I thank God I never got to the point where I
Thank.
sold my body for it or nothing.
Yes. Yes.
But
Now,
I just like it's getting out of control. So
what year was that when that happened?
2011.
Okay, so that's not even that long ago. Wow.
Yeah.
How do you? First of all, I'm extremely sorry that um, happened to you. You know what I mean? Like nobody deserves um, to be violated like that, no matter what the fuck they're doing. Nobody deserves
I
that.
appreciate that.
Nobody deserves that. And I'm extremely sorry that something like that happened to you. Um, how, now after that, did you have trouble trusting men in general?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It has ruined my life, to be honest with you, because
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
I don't trust nobody.
Uh huh.
I don't trust anybody. And it really just showed me that I'm a naive person, okay? I always want to believe that there's no evil in the world and everybody's good, and
Yeah.
it's not like that. It's not
Yeah.
like that at all. And when you're playing, this is why I watch your videos, because when I see all those people down in Kensington,
Yeah.
it reminds me of how miserable life is when you're getting high like that.
Yeah.
You're not living.
No, you're
You're
existing.
playing with your life, you
Yeah,
know?
and barely. I think there's a huge difference between living and existing. Existing, we're just sort of
And
dealing with what life brings day by day. When we're living, we have control of our lives. We make our own decisions. We create our own destiny. When we're existing, we're just following the road and doing whatever it takes, and just going about our day.
exactly. And I realized I was making friendships with the
Yeah,
people I was getting high with, but nobody was my friend.
yeah,
They weren't the girls that I would meet, like I said, they were selling their body,
hmm,
and they would try to get me to do it.
yeah,
And I'm like, if I'm not doing it to support myself, what the hell makes you think I'm gonna do it for you? you know,
yeah,
um, so it wasn't they didn't want me around,
yeah,
because as soon as they, like, the guys that would see me, they would want to get with me thinking I was doing what they were doing.
yeah, yeah,
And so I was no good for them to be around. It was horrible. It's
yeah.
not the type of life that I like to live, you know. So I decided to get clean, and I did, and I got clean for, I want to say, about 5 years.
Okay.
And in 2016, I went through some stuff, and I found myself doing heroin again.
Okay.
But I was sniffing it. I sniffed it. I was like, okay, that's not as bad as injecting it.
Yeah.
Within a month, I was miserable again.
Okay.
I was miserable. I said, I'm not injecting it, but I'm back to where I was years ago.
Yeah.
And I felt like disgusted by it. Really, I was starting to see the same kind of people that don't give a shit about nobody, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the type of person that I like to be around, you know.
Yeah.
And I think in 2016, I did it for 3 months.
Okay.
And I couldn't do it no more. And I haven't touched anything since. Like I smoke weed once in a while.
Yeah.
But honestly, my addiction right now is cigarettes. That's my biggest thing right now. I'm trying to stop that, but that, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Listen, sometimes, like for me, I always say, like I stopped getting high, I stopped selling drugs, I stopped doing a lot of shit that I used to do in my life. But I might not ever stop cursing. I got a smart mouth, you know. So God, hopefully, He just accepts me with my cursing mouth, you know. And yeah, so I'm super happy for you, proud of you. Well, you can see I got a big smile on my face. That's
Thank you,
awesome
thank you, thank you,
to
thank you.
hear about, you know, where certain detours in your life took you and to be able to come out of it. And that's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I'm happy for you. You know, we don't know each other, but just on the channel, you know, you feel like you know people, you get to learn different things about them. You always check in with people, you know, you see them on the channel, be like, damn, how you doing? You know, what's going on? And you see everybody else's, you know, saying how proud of you they are. That's awesome.
Thank
What
you, thank you.
what now I want to ask you some questions, just like the normal interviews I ask also. What's your favorite childhood memory?
My favorite childhood memory was, let's see. Oh, when I used to go rollerblading. Growing up, I was a big tomboy.
Okay.
So I used to go rollerblading with my brothers. And there was one time that they were doing tricks and stuff, and I thought I could do it, you know. I was always trying to keep up, right?
Yeah.
So my brother had a big idea. He's like, listen, let's do some stunts while we're rollerblading since you're so damn good. Let's see how good you really are, right? So one of my cousins, he was driving a stick shift. And my brother said, hold on to the car and let's see how fast you let him go before you let go.
Oh,
I
hell
said,
no.
I could do that.
How old were
I said,
you?
easy.
How old were you?
I was 15 years old.
Okay. All right.
I said, watch, I got this. So my cousin pulls up. I'm on my rollerblades and stuff. I hang on to the car and he takes off. He's in first. Everything's good. I said, let's go. He goes to put it in second. What? It like jerked. My ass flew. Yo, I did like 10 spins. I landed like a whole block down the way. And I busted up my arm, my knee. I still got the scars to this day. But I love it.
Yeah. Listen, what did you go home crying to your mom?
Actually, let me tell you, I got like, I was on the floor. They're like, holy shit. Oh my God, are you alive?
Yeah.
And I looked down, I'm bleeding from my leg. And I'm looking at myself, made sure there was no bones sticking out.
Okay.
I was good.
Yeah.
I got up, cleaned myself up. I said, don't tell mom.
Yeah, of course.
I went home, I was good. But I got the biggest scars left over though.
That's cool. You lived through it, right? You learned a lesson.
Yeah. I'm alive.
Yeah, that's it.
I made it.
what do you have any talents or anything like that? Like any hobbies or any talents that people don't know about you? Like you like sing or anything like that?
Oh hell no, I can't sing. Hell no. But my biggest thing is like I'm crafty.
Okay.
Like matter of fact, like you guys saw the where is it? The little thing behind me, right?
Yeah.
I can't okay, wait. I get a lot of stuff that are given to me, right? So
Okay.
all right, you see that thing back here?
Yeah.
That like divider?
Yep.
That was given to me, but it was trashed.
Okay.
And I've decorated it, I put it together. So my talents are that I'm crafty with a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all over my place, like I have a lot of things that were given to me and I just fix them up, you know?
Yeah. Repurpose them.
There you go. That's the word.
Yeah, that's what it's called when people like grab stuff and they'll use it for something else, but hook it up real nice. You know, I guess it's called repurposing.
Yeah, that's my I love doing that. That's I love it. I love it. That's my thing.
Awesome. I enjoy doing that stuff too. I try to do that shit, but for some reason it never works out too good.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's so much fun. And the best part is I get stuff from the trash too.
Yeah,
Don't you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it sounds weird,
No, I know
but
what you
people
mean.
throw things out, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A
I know
little
it.
paint, what? Good to go. It's brand new.
Yeah. Um, so now how is your relationship with your kids now?
Thank God it's pretty good.
Good.
One is in college. He actually just had a powerlifting meet. He's like a weightlifter
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. And he did good. So and my younger one, he plays football.
Okay.
He's about to graduate high school next year.
Okay.
So I speak to them not every day anymore, but every other day, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's pretty good. They
Good.
get along. They tell me all the time, they say, Mom, we're proud of you. You're the strongest woman that we know. Um, they worry about me living in the Bronx by myself and all that. But
Yeah.
they're like, you know what? We know that if anybody could do it, it's you. They say that I'm the strongest woman, and I
Of
love it.
course.
I mean, we have a good relationship.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure that you know, when you have a story like you do, um, I'm sure when they tell you that you're the strongest woman they know, that they mean that, you know. And
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I literally honestly just a week ago I had a biopsy done on my right breast because they thought I had cancer.
Mhm.
I had my first mammogram and they called me, said there's a lump, and I was really scared about it, you know, and I told my son, and my
Yeah.
son said, Ma, forget it. You got this. You're a strong woman, you know, whatever it is, you got it.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's words like that from my kids that keep me going,
Awesome.
you
So
know?
did you get the results from the mammogram or anything, or are you waiting or
Yeah, it's just a tumor. So it's not cancer, but it's a tumor that I have, and I
okay.
gotta get it checked every 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm grateful. You know, I was scared, and
Mhm.
you know, I got a lot of health issues. I have rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, lupus. But
Okay.
if you look at me and you see how I conduct myself, you can't tell. I'm happy to be alive. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. How does that affect your life? Like the arthritis and the fibromyalgia. How does that can you first just explain exactly what they are and then tell us how it affects your life?
Like rheumatoid arthritis, you get a lot of swelling in your joints,
Mhm.
and it's very painful. It's I used to hear like my grandparents talk about it. I didn't think it was a big deal, but
Mhm.
it's painful.
Yeah.
And lupus is where your body doesn't think that your organs are yours, so they attack your own organs. So like it'll attack your kidneys or it'll attack your liver.
Wow.
But thank God, like my lupus, it hasn't attacked anything in all my organs are good. Thank God.
Okay. God.
I'm so
Yeah.
grateful. Um, Fibromyalgia is where your nerves are painful, so you're always in pain as well.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think most of the time I was medicating because I was in physical pain too.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it controlled with the doctors. And once I learned what it was that I had, I researched it myself. I would talk to my doctors, and I would get it under control.
Yeah.
And it really affects day-to-day life. I've worked since I was 15, but because of all my health issues, I was disabled 4 years ago.
Okay.
And now New York won't let me work.
Okay.
As much as I want to,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
And that's really killed me, you know?
Yeah.
It's
I can see
hard.
from what you were saying, from being a child, a teenager, you like to work,
Yeah.
and I know for myself, I like to stay busy. I like to work. I like to hustle. So for somebody to tell me, yo, go sit down, I'd have a hard problem. I have a hard time with that. And
It is. It's really hard. It's really hard. And honestly, like I want to thank you because it's watching videos with people like you that keep me going, because it's hard to accept when your body can't keep up with your mind.
yeah,
Like I still got so much spirit in me, and
of course.
I love people, I love life, but my body fights against me.
Hmm.
And so now I'm forced to live on a fixed income. So I can't afford. It's hard because when I had a job, I was blowing all the money on the drugs, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't have money because of that. But now I'm clean, but I don't have money because I'm disabled. So I get a fixed income. So by the time I finish paying for my rent, my light, I'm broke, And that's really hard to deal with. I'm still not used to it. I'm by myself. I don't get help from my
Yeah.
family. They're not rich, so they don't help me. Um, but I'm happy with I'm blessed. I have a roof over my head. I'm clean. I got food in my fridge, not all the time, but today I got some food there.
Yeah.
And I'm blessed. And that's how I see things. And it's watching videos like yours that keeps me going. That's why I engage with the people on your chat, because it keeps me, I feel lonely. A lot of times I'm by myself.
Yeah.
And loneliness is the worst thing,
Yeah.
But I don't know where I fit. I'm too young to be with the old people that stay home.
Yeah.
But then I'm too messed up to be with people that work. Like I don't know where I belong yet. And chats like yours keep me wanting to stay good and stay on the right track and stay pushing,
Yeah. Absolutely. And Tamika, you hit it right on the head. You have us. You know what I'm saying? You're
I
like,
love you guys. I'm not reading any. I don't know how you do it, Frank. But I
it's hard.
haven't read anything. But I love
I'll
you guys. I
glance,
love
yeah.
everybody.
I'll glance every now and then, and I'll pick stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know
But
how you do it. I give you so much credit,
yeah,
man. Damn. But
you
yeah,
you
they
have
make the day for me.
yeah, you have us. It's awesome, getting to know the subscribers and then seeing the subscribers get to know each other. Um, it's a blessing, like hearing your story, and seeing how much support you're getting and seeing how much your story is going to help others, even myself. Um, if I want to complain about something, I need to, take a step back and evaluate what I'm going to complain about.
And it's so true. And a lot of times, when I introduce myself, I never introduce myself saying that I've got all these issues. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not looking for pity. I'm not looking for handouts. I try to encourage everybody, because you never know if that one thing that you say can save that person for that day.
Absolutely.
Because I know it does for me. I know it does for me. You
Yeah.
know, the little love that I get from Jessica, Dorota, Tamika, and whoever else, even the guys, all that. I love that shit. Like,
Yeah.
it
Absolutely.
really keeps me going.
Yeah. Listen, Alley Cat just put up a comment and she said, you know, we're all families like that no one else understands. That shit is right.
Yo,
Like,
so
I feel
true.
like we're the
So true.
outcasts,
Yes.
misfits, where we don't fit in with everybody, but when we find
We
people
fit right here.
we fit right, yeah, we fit perfect, like a piece to a puzzle. And it's
And it's
awesome.
true what you say. Like, you always say that when people know that you're an addict,
Mhm.
they want to treat you so different. Like
Yeah,
you ain't shit. Like yo, and
yeah,
it's not like that, man. Like when
no,
the other day, Antoine, somebody in the chat, because Antoine got something stolen,
yeah,
and they were like, "Oh, well, what you got to steal?" If it was a piece of paper, that's his shit,
don't matter. Yep, it's
and
his.
he's just as human as anybody. Just
Yep,
because he's on the street doesn't make him nobody.
yep, of
Like,
course.
I hate people that do stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, of course. Of course. It's, you know, it don't matter what it is. And the thing is too, is a lot of people, you know, and I gotta watch this too, because sometimes I'll do this with Rachel. She'll tell me about something she's feeling, and I might not say it out loud, but I'll be like, yo, why are you tripping over that? You know what I mean? And I we have to realize that just because it don't mean something, you could tell me something, and I'll be like, yeah, that's not a big deal. But to you, it's the biggest deal in the
You,
world. And that's 100% right. You're 100
yo,
because
that's
it's
so
your
true right
feeling.
there. That's so
Yeah.
true.
So we have to realize that when we want people to give like validation to our feelings, we also have to give validation to other people's feelings. When somebody's telling you, you know, somebody cut me off in traffic this morning, that shit ruined my day, and blah, 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 you know, we have to listen to that and realize, all right, you know, that might not bother me, but
But it
if it
bothers them. Yeah.
her, yeah, then I have to listen, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's true. What's
Yeah.
your favorite part about sober life now?
Oh my God, it's so fucking freeing. I'm sorry. Like, like when I see the people on your channel, and the first thing that they always say that I've noticed, they say this life ain't shit,
Yeah.
Don't come down here because it's not fun. It's not fun. It's like right now, I don't gotta look over my back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm broke, but not because I'm doing something wrong. It's
Yeah.
freeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was on drugs, it was like it had me. It had me like a prisoner.
Yeah.
You become a prisoner of that drug, and I
Yep.
feel free as hell. Um, I love it, and to be clear minded
Mm-hmm.
and know what's going on all the time, nothing beats that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Hey, Rachel, I see that.
Um, do you want to take some questions?
Sure.
Okay. I seen somebody asked if are you on social media? They asked, and what's your social media?
I am so like old school. Like I'm not really good, but I do have I have Facebook. Yeah, I have Facebook.
Okay.
Um oh, I am on Instagram. I'm Boost Lady 2 on Instagram. So yeah, you can add me on that.
Is it how do you spell it? Just Bruce Lady?
Just like the Boost Lady 2, yeah.
All
Just
right.
like my screen name,
Okay.
just like that, yeah.
Okay. And where does Bruce Lady come from? Where's that name come from?
Oh shit, there you go. Wait, I didn't even tell you my name. All right, all
Yeah.
right. Boost Lady, it came from when I bought my phone, right? They got to give you an email. And I have Boost Mobile.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they gave me Boost Lady.
Okay.
But
And then
people think it's because I steal.
that's what they were
I
saying.
don't
They was like,
steal.
yo, did she steal? I was like, I don't think so. I was like, I don't know, but I don't think
I
so.
don't steal. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Boost Mobile gave me that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. As soon as
And
you
I
said,
just never seen
when I
it.
went to get my phone, I was like, she had a Boost phone, and that's what they gave her. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so my friends call me Pocahontas.
Okay. All right.
I don't like my government name
Yeah.
because I don't want to be addressed as it. So
Yeah. Of course.
Pocahontas, and for short, Poca.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have any pets?
No, but I'm looking for a little dog. I need a little dog so bad. Not yet. No.
Oh yeah.
I
Are
want a
you
dog
allowed to
so
have pets
bad.
where you
Like,
live?
huh?
Are you allowed to have pets in your apartment? Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
so if anybody knows a little puppy,
But not
yeah.
in your room.
Major said we could bring Titan and Raina over there.
Oh, I would take them in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I love your dogs, yo.
Let me tell
But
you.
yeah,
Let me
to be
tell you how
honest with
we'll
you,
bring it. Go
I've
ahead.
been wanting, like, I wish that I could save enough money because
Uh-huh.
like I said, I get lonely a lot.
Yeah.
And I know that if I had a little dog, man, I'd be good because it's so much company. You know what I mean? That's all I need right now. Like, for real. I don't know how, but someday I'll get that. I don't know.
Listen, let me tell you something. Titan was mad at me about 2 weeks ago. He was pissed off at me. Rachel, and he wouldn't talk to me. You know, he's a dog. He don't talk, but he wouldn't give me no attention. You know, so Rachel was like, "Yo, I don't get it." She's like, "If I get upset at you or one of the kids get upset at you, you don't care." She's like, "The damn dog gets upset at you, and now
Hey,
you
yo,
cry." I was like, "You don't understand, man." I was like, "That's my baby.
yo,
Yeah, he loves me no
there's
matter
something else.
what."
I love dogs.
Yeah. She's like, "I'm your wife, though." I was like, "It's different, man. That's my dog, you know."
See, because I had a small dog. I had a little Chihuahua, and I don't like dogs that bark a lot. But
Hold
this
up,
dude
real
right
quick.
here,
Look.
he was amazing. He didn't bark. He was cool, but because I was in a shelter, I had to give him up.
All right.
And yeah. So, but I'm done. I'm praying that one day I'll get a little dog back. I don't know. That's one of my dreams.
Okay. Well, listen, Donna she put up here. She said she's in Philly. Her dog is doing a month, a Pomeranian and a Chihuahua. She said she'll give you one when they're old enough
Are you
to.
serious? Don't tell me that. Don't make me cry. Oh my God, don't do that.
Actually, I think my dad's not lying.
I would love a dog. I would love a dog.
Donna, if can you email me, Donna?
Like, you're
And
making me cry, Frank. God damn.
Donna, I'm
You
gonna
don't know that's something I've been wanting for so long. Like,
uh,
it's
hold up.
so stupid because it's a dog, but
Yeah, but it's
it's so
not.
much more to me.
Yeah, that's Rachel just said it. She took the words out of my mouth. We'll pick it up and bring it to you. Donna, can you email me? Donna, please. I just put up my email on the screen.
Damn you, Frank! You got me. Thank you, Donna. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Um, somebody said that we could dress Murph up like a puppy and bring him up to you.
That's a good idea.
1 second. I just seen a question up here. Alley Cat, thank you for the super chat. Advice for dealing with a loved one in active addiction. Maybe you can help me answer this. What advice would you give to somebody who's not an addict themselves, but they're dealing with somebody who is in addiction?
My biggest thing, I'm gonna tell you this right now because I just thought about my brother. My brother, he's never smoked weed. He's never had any addiction issues, and he didn't understand what I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing he did right for me that actually even helped me get clean was that he always listened. He always listened to what I would say. He
Mm-hmm.
never judged me. He didn't keep preaching to me about getting clean. He would just keep pounding into me that I love you no matter what.
Yeah.
And he would always tell me about the good things about myself.
Okay.
You know, he would mention like, I know you're better than this. You can do it. I don't want to see you die. Stuff like that. He never put me down, but he always listened to me. So always listen to that person.
Okay.
That
That
helps a lot.
yeah, that definitely is I definitely agree with that. Is we can try as hard as we want to get somebody clean, but I think just being that ear to listen to and be honest with them. Keep it
Yeah.
100 with them. Don't
Yes.
sugarcoat shit. Don't enable nothing. Tell them if
Yes.
they're fucking up. Tell them,
Yes.
be like, yo, you slipping, you're fucking up. And healthy boundaries. I
And
think
don't judge them either. Don't judge them,
yeah, exactly. We have to be assertive and be honest without being judgmental, which is extremely hard to do.
because that the addict is already judging themselves. I mean,
Of
we
course.
kill our, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
already
they're
telling
getting high
ourselves all the
because
bad things.
they're already chewing themselves apart. That's why they're getting high.
For
So
real.
I agree 100%. Um, I definitely agree with that. Be supportive of them, but don't be enabling. You know what I mean? There's a big difference.
Exactly.
And
And honestly too, if because one thing I didn't like when I was in addiction, there was times that I would ask for money, but it was really to get food.
yeah,
And they didn't want to give me the money because I might have used it for drugs. But damn, then you could have at least gotten me the food. You know what I mean?
yep,
So if they ask you for something like that, don't be like, oh, I'm not going to give it to you, but give them options or something. You know what I mean? Don't
yeah.
always assume the worst.
I agree. I used to do that with my sister. Um, she would ask me for money, and instead of giving her money, I say, all right, what you want to use the money for? She said for food. I say, okay, I'll order you the food. And even when she was in
There you
Massachusetts,
go.
I was in Pennsylvania. I said, go to the Chinese store, go to the pizzeria, give me the number, I'll pay for it through a credit card, and
Oh, wow.
you could do it like that. So there's still ways to do stuff without putting money in a person's hand. You know,
Exactly.
there,
Exactly.
yeah, there
Yeah,
there is
for
definitely
sure.
ways.
Yeah.
How many children do you have?
I have two boys, my 20-year-old and my 16-year-old.
Okay, nice. No grandchildren or anything yet?
Oh, hell no, no, not yet.
You ain't ready for that. I can see already by the
I'm
way.
only 41. No, no.
Yeah, yeah, that's young. That's young.
Yeah, no, I'm not ready for that. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Um, does anybody do they don't live with you, correct?
No, I live by myself. But
Okay.
I live in a small building. I love my place. I love it here. It's very personal. It's just very nice. I love it. I love it. It's expensive, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm struggling with my bills. With because I'm getting so many medical bills. Like
Yeah.
just yesterday, I got 3. Today, I got 2 more. It's like I can't
Uh-huh.
keep up. But I
Yeah.
love my place. I love it. They have an office. I got laundry. I love my
Good.
place.
Good. Um, do you have any questions for me?
Daddy, you've been so
Yeah, I want to know. Like, do you ever burn out? Like, you do so much. Is that what helps you stay clean? Like staying busy like that, or
Yeah.
because I see
That's a good
that you
question.
you you always doing a lot of things. Yeah, don't get worried about burning out and
Yeah. That's a very good question. Literally yesterday when I came back, um, so I had a friend that I didn't give me one sec. All right. So I had a friend that he uh he died Friday. So
rest in peace.
yes, rest in peace.
rest in peace. Oh, Major, so smart,
Yeah. So
so smart.
I came home from work, and he was weighing on my head and my heart a lot. I came home from work yesterday. I left early, and I came home and I sat down on a couch, and I literally just passed out, fell asleep for a couple hours. When stuff like that starts to happen, I know I need to start getting a little more rest physically, because that's signs that I need to catch up on rest. I don't sleep as I
Yeah.
don't, I don't sleep a lot because my mind is always thinking and going, and I'm always trying to think of things to do. It does keep me very busy though, and that's part of me staying clean. I don't You're gonna have to give me a couple minutes, man.
Okay.
All right. So it keeps me clean being as busy as I am, and I always think about when I was in the streets. I used to go without sleep, you know, just hustling and selling drugs. So why not put that same effort into doing something positive? It helps me when I get every morning I wake up and I have emails there that are so inspiring, that if I'm tired that morning and I read an email, I'll be like, all right, let's go. I can't, I can't fall back. I can't take it easy. Um, and I always feel like too, like the second that I start slacking on anything is the second that demon of addiction is going to be knocking at my front door, you know. Yes.
Exactly. That's true.
10 more minutes. All right. So I can't here. Let me see it. I
Yeah.
think so I can't do it. You know what I mean? If I don't, I feel like if I don't go out and fight every day, that is gonna be, is gonna be whispering in my wife's ear, whispering in my ear, or God forbid, whispering in my kid's ear, So
That's
that's
right.
just the way I try to go about it. And it's not only, going to Philly or doing stuff like that. It's also I think just spreading love to anybody that I come in contact with, trying to give them the best version of me, trying to give them the best Frank that I could possibly be, trying to give them that. My kids, that I try to be the best father, that I could be to them. And my friends, I try to
And
be
you're
the
doing that. You're definitely
friend.
doing that.
Thank you. And
And the
some
fact that you know what I like, that you always say, like in your videos, you always say, be nice to somebody today.
yeah,
Say something nice. I think that's amazing,
yeah,
because when you spread it, it's going to spread even that much further along with other people. It's
yeah,
contagious. It's contagious.
yeah, absolutely. I always say that, you know, I don't know, Mitch. When we are nice to somebody just because, people remember that shit, man. People remember that. Um, and it's not hard. It doesn't take a lot to be nice. It takes so much less effort, I think, to be nice than it does to be an asshole. You know.
Right? That's what
Um,
I say too.
yeah.
It's so, it's so easy to like just be dismissive of people, but I always put myself in other people's shoes.
Yeah.
Would I like to be
Oh,
talked to that way? Would I like to
sure.
be dismissed like that? You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep. Yep.
And like, go ahead.
Go what I do also is I try to think about, I personalize everything. When somebody tells me
There
their
you go.
story,
Yep.
or whenever I personalize it and I say, what if that was my son? What if that was my daughter? I personalize everything. And then I react the same way
Exactly.
I would react if that was my son or my daughter, you know? And then
Yeah.
I think that's what helps me to sometimes maybe I care more than I should. I think my heart is too big for my body at times, but I'd rather have it be
But you
too big.
know what? I think that's what keeps your blessings coming to you though.
Oh, of
It is
course. Yep.
scary to be so
Yep.
giving. It's scary to be giving because a lot of people just take, take, take. But
Yes.
if you've noticed since you've been doing that, your blessings are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You know what I mean?
Listen, I was having
And I always tell people
go
that
ahead.
you stay blessed because you continue to bless others. You
100%.
know?
100%. I was having this conversation with one of the barbers in the shop yesterday. So since we got the truck, so many donations for with towels, with hygiene
That's
products, with
great,
clothing
yo.
has been showing up to the shop. And I never, I never put a video and was like, yo, this is what we need. It's just stuff that viewers pick up on, stuff that we
That
need, and they
people would, man, yeah.
yeah, and I told him, I said, look, and he was like, wow, he's like, this is because people believe in you. And I said, yeah, I said, I
That I was
agree
just
with
gonna
that.
say that.
Yeah. And I said it's also because I said I feel like how you said my blessings don't seem to stop. I said, and God, I don't think he would allow that if um if he knew that my heart wasn't in the right place. You know what I mean? Because
Yo, that's so
yeah,
true.
I was
So
doing,
true.
I was doing bad. When I was doing bad, nothing good happened to me.
You don't
Nothing
get
good.
blessed like that.
Now, left and right. Listen, and it's a well-known fact around my area that every couple months I'll find wallet with money in it. I'll find credit cards, all that stuff. And I always put it on Facebook. And now they be joking. They be like, God puts that there because he knows if you find it, you're going to put it on Facebook and track down who it belongs to. Where if somebody else finds it, they're not going to get that shit back. So now people be joking
That's so true. Just
oh, yeah.
it's so true because let me tell you something. Like I said, I live by myself and I've been struggling, with my bills and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Last month something happened. I didn't get my food stamps, so I had no food, like nothing. I had no money, and I was like, "Oh my God, like what am I gonna do?"
Yeah.
And because of the whole COVID thing, they ended up opening a pantry like right down the street, and somebody showed up to my house with 2 boxes.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow, that wouldn't happen if I was in addiction." You know what I mean?
Of course.
I don't go like, like I don't know, like God makes it to where I still make it every day. But
Of
it's
course.
because I'm doing good. And even though, like I always say, I would love to contribute to you but I always tell you, like when you come here, I would give my time. If I don't got nothing physical to give, I give my time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's
Because
some
I
of the
believe
most
in that.
important stuff that we could give is our time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People could give money, and money
all day, but
our time that's irreplaceable. You can't get that back.
And it comes from the heart. When it comes from the heart, it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I always tell people, that the more that God take care of us, I mean, the more that we take care of others, the more God take cares of us. And
always,
the truth, hands down. Since I've started doing what I do, God always makes a way for me. He opens up doors that I would never ever think would be open. Like they had me going to school to speak to kids, be like, yo, or where
that's amazing.
the
That's
same
amazing.
school that we used to, my own school that I used to go to, where they would call the cops if they seen me on the property and get me arrested. They started telling me come back and speak to the kids.
Now they want you there.
Yeah, exactly. Love you too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's just
And you're doing a great job. I mean, look at your son. Major is amazing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. I thank you. You got to turn that down, Bruce. I thank you. Sometimes we don't, as parents, we feel insecure, like we're not doing the right job, we're not the perfect parent, and maybe we'll never be the perfect parent, but I don't think he needs perfect. Do I want him to have perfect? 100%, but it's not going to take perfect for him to be a good person. He just wants me present. He wants me even present when I'm present. He doesn't just want me here. He wants me to be here when I'm here. He wants me to love him and to give him a kiss and to tell him he's doing good and all that stuff. And I could do that. I can do that.
That's right.
Yep. Any other questions or anything?
Anybody else have a question? I'm good.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? I would take if anybody has like shampoo samples or stuff like that, like household stuff, I could use some of that. That for sure. Because
okay.
I you know, like I said, I'm having a hard time like with meeting.
Yep.
Getting my stuff like that because I don't get OTC or nothing like that.
Yeah.
And I do have. I think I had GoFundMe. I did a fundraiser.
Okay.
I think I raised like $20 or something like that for my bills.
Okay.
I put it on Facebook.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I don't know how to do that. But I think I do have Cash App.
Okay.
My brother just showed me how to do that. I didn't know how to do that either.
Okay. When we hang up, can you, or do you have your, I don't want to give your address out, you know, but we could give the shop address out and
okay.
It's business address, but somebody just asked for your Cash App. Do you know what your Cash App?
Okay, my Cash App is $Polka78. Hold on, I'm gonna write it down because.
All right, I'll type it in here, and then. All right, so $POCA 78.
78. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so I just put. Is that correct?
Just like that. Yep.
Okay.
This is so cool.
this is awesome.
My kids make fun of me because I don't know. I'm like, you know, I'm smart, but this stuff I'm not into all that, you know. But
yeah,
I think it's so cool.
Listen, when I first came home from jail, I didn't really, you know, I was behind on all the technology stuff. So now that I am on point with it, I love it. It opens a whole new world to me. You know.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yep.
Like it was so funny because, like I said, my brother just told me about Cash App because last month he tried to send me some money. He's like, "Oh, don't you have Zoom or Zeem or I don't even know what it was?" And I'm like, "I don't know what the heck that is." He had to show me how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And my kids make fun of me, you know. I said, "Listen, I'm about numbers and about doing crafts.
Yeah,
the computer stuff, I don't know about that stuff that much."
Yeah, of course. When we hang up, shoot me a text and let me know what type of stuff
okay.
that you need. And we'll put some stuff together and shoot it out to you. A couple people on here are saying that they're sending or they just sent you some stuff on Cash App as well.
Oh, thank you, Hannah Mommy.
Yeah, so Rachel, what the fuck do you need to get it for your sugar daddies? Rachel, you need to get Cash App for your sugar daddy. Yeah, you do. Matter of fact,
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Hi, Mommy.
Yeah, you do. You see that?
That's so cute.
I thank you guys. I thank all of you for the support, for tuning in, watching the video.
I appreciate.
Yes, and for the support for her as well. Please keep her in prayer. Any type of support. If you guys want to mail her anything, you can mail to the shop. I'll make sure she gets it, and we'll make sure. You know, this is what it's about too. Is
or else can mail to you shampoo, anything.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yep, exactly.
I'll take Major. Mail Major over here.
I might mail him. I might drive him over there.
I will mail you to Texas.
Okay. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, Samantha. Yeah, I thank you for sharing your story, being brave enough. And this is what it's about. We have a community here, so we might as well use it. You know what I mean? Use this community, connect people. You know, you never know who's in these chats. You never know who we can meet.
Yeah.
You know, I've met so many good people through this channel that my only regret is that I didn't do it sooner. That's
Right.
the regret, that I didn't do this sooner.
I
So
appreciate everybody listening to my story, and I love everybody in the chat. Like I say, like it's made up of so many different people, and it really helps me every day. So I
yeah,
appreciate for them listening to me.
yep. And you know what I love here too is I'm sure the majority of us have different different political views, different
Oh yeah.
religious views. None of that stuff matters though. None of that stuff. If we have that, we keep it pushing, and all we're worried about is how everybody's doing. The way people are is dope. It's absolutely awesome. And I thank you for being part of this community, and I thank you guys for having, for each and every person here, and for having me be a part of this community. It's awesome. It's
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you for everything that you do, really.
No problem. It's her Cash App is, let me put it up one more time. $sign Polka 70.
Got me with the coffin dance.
All right, so that's correct, right? Polka 78.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's her Cash App. If you're able and you want, send something over there. Anything helps. And if you guys want to send her, anything, you could send it to the shop, and I'll make sure she gets it. Shop is right around the corner from the post office, so it literally takes 5 minutes to go over there and send out anything that you guys send to the shop. Just put a little note in there, tell me who it's for, and we'll make sure she gets it. I thank you guys once again. Remember, be nice to somebody just because. Never underestimate the power of positivity. It's it goes far. It goes so far.
Yeah, they can look me up on Facebook. I would like to, network with people
What's your name on
and
Facebook?
get to meet some of them. I think it's Boost Lady. Boost Lady too.
Okay. The
Yeah.
number, Boost Lady.
Yeah, Boost Lady too. Just like
Just
I
the
think you
same.
can find me with Boost Lady too on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I
I don't see it like that.
No, you don't see it? Damn, what the hell is it? I don't know then. I'm so bad at that. I don't know.
Take a screenshot of it and send it to me, and then I'll put it up there for you.
Okay.
Okay. I'll put it in the description of the video, and
Oh, perfect. Okay.
okay.
All right. That's what I'll do.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Boost Lady, thank you for joining us. I definitely appreciate you. Have a great night. Thank you for sharing your story. I know it's not easy, but thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Have a good night. All right.
All right. You too.
Bye bye. All right. So you see, I love that. And any other um people that are interested in sharing your story, shoot me an email, and we can make it happen. I love us getting to know each other. We can we can meet some really good people. We can meet some really good people on here. We have a large community, so let's network and put it to work. That's what it's about, right? All right. So remember, be nice to somebody. Be positive, be kind, be loving, and we're gonna do Rachel's story next. Maybe in a couple days. We're gonna do a update with Barn. I'm gonna message him tonight and see if he's available. But anybody that wants to do an interview, shoot me an email. Shoot me an email and we'll make it happen. All right, everybody have a great night. Um, Be safe, be kind, be loving, you know. Thank you, Honda Mommy. I appreciate you. Terry Joe, send me an email tonight and give me your phone number, and then we'll set something up for maybe like Thursday. Wait, what's today? Today's Wednesday. Thursday. Maybe something like Monday or something. We'll set something up. All right. Terry Joe, and then we'll set it up. Barn, I'd like to do it tomorrow if you're ready, Barn. I'll shoot you a text right now. All right, brother. All right. Everybody have a great night. Be safe. Be kind to somebody tomorrow. Tell them you love them. Tell them you care. Tell them to keep pushing. Tell them that you're doing good. You know, facesofkensington@yahoo.com is the email. Facesofkensington@yahoo.com. All right. Everybody have a great night. Be safe and tell somebody you love them tomorrow or tonight.